different kind of video for you today. It's this jump rope tutorial. A lot of you guys have been asking for it. I'm excited for this. I'm nervous. I've never done a jump rope tutorial before, but let's go. So first thing you want to do is check the length of your rope. I'm sure some of you think the longer the rope, the better. That is not necessarily true. If you have a rope that's this long or longer, then it's probably the reason why you aren't getting the speed that you want when you're jumping rope. With really long ropes, if you keep your hands close to your body, which is how you should be doing it, then a lot of the rope will trail behind, slowing down your jump rope speed. There's only so fast I can go because of the lag of the extra rope. And if your jump rope is too long and you have your arms wide out, you will tire your arms, and this isn't good when you're trying to go faster and do tricks. With a longer rope, there's more room for the jump rope to tangle and to get tied up on your feet. And it also makes turning the rope more difficult as the rope lags behind in the air. I know I've gotten comments saying you hate that I'm always wrapping the rope around my hand, but for this rope right here that's way too long, that's what I have to do in order to get the most speed and efficiency from my jump rope. This is where I personally like my ropes to be around, somewhere along this range here. And honestly, I would kind of prefer it to be even a tiny bit smaller, somewhere around my belly button, just for speed and efficiency. Even the cross rope that I received that is measured out perfectly with your height came at this similar type of length. Now we're going to take a look at arm position and how you move your wrists when you're jumping a rope. So as we covered in the previous section, you want your rope to be somewhere along this range. So you want to keep the ropes and your arms closer to your body. You might need to find the sweet spot, but you don't want to be all the way out here. Closer in, arms tucked back, elbows tucked in, and try to keep this position. If you flare your arms out a little bit, that's okay. I don't do a perfectly 90 degree. I definitely flare my arms out a bit, but you don't want them all the way out here. Another key thing is how you move your arms. You shouldn't be moving your entire arm to jump rope. That's a no. So none of this. No. And you shouldn't also be drawing circles with your wrist. So drawing circles with my wrist like this. No. What you want to be doing is flicking your wrist downwards in a very loose motion. This is the only part that's moving when I'm jumping rope. Flicking down. My hands for the most part are staying in the same area, just flicking my wrist down, keeping my arms and stuff tucked and tight in. So when you're jumping rope, remember, elbows are tucked back, the handles are pointing forward, your arms are staying in front of your body, your wrists are flicking downward, and don't forget to have fun. Another tip is to keep your handles pointed out in front of you, not to the side. Don't draw circles this way, keep them pointed this way and flick down. Now we're going to move into the basic bounce of jumping rope. When you're jump roping, you want to make sure that you're landing and using the balls of your feet, that you are not landing flat-footed, and that there's a slight bend in the knee. Very often you see beginners jumping rope doing the double jump or the baby jump, right? They go. You want to stop that. That's slowing down your jump roping speed, it's slowing down the tricks, and honestly, I think that's mainly why people get really sore calves. If you struggle with doing the double jump, I would advise you to drop the rope and practice penguin jumps. Penguin jumps is when you're jumping and hitting your side like a penguin. The purpose of this is to help you get used to the rhythm of jumping a single jump per turn of the rope. The penguin slap is representing the rope hitting the bottom, which should match your feet going up. All right, practice this. 1, 2, 3. Until you get used to the rhythm, and then you can add in a jump rope. If you need to, I would say it's perfectly fine to start with one jump at a time. In addition to the baby hop that a lot of people do that you want to stop, you also want to make sure that you're jumping straight up and down. You aren't pulling your feet behind you. you find yourself still doing the baby hop, still kicking your feet back, put the rope down and just practice drills of jumping without the rope, using the penguin tap. Remember, the penguin tap, this slap that you're hearing, is signifying the slap that the sound makes when it hits the ground. This is the rope hitting the ground. So when this hits the ground, you should be up. So the rope is down and you're above it, jumping in the air. So practice doing this motion using proper form, get used to the rhythm, and you should be good to go. Other things you can do in addition to the penguin jumps are side swings and toe catches. These two other things can help you to learn the rhythm of the jump rope. If you jump rope and everything else works for you, you can time the rope properly, you don't have the bunny hop, you have good form, you stay on the balls of your feet, there's a slight bend in the knee, all of that is gravy, but you have an issue because your calves are burning, I would say that's a sign that you need to learn some more jump roping skills and footwork so you can change up the movement so it's not always on your calves. For example, I routinely switch between the normal jump to the boxer shuffle, to straddles, to side steps, different movements that kind of change up where you're distributing the weight and the muscle usage so my calves never really feel burnt out. If you constantly are jumping like this and only this, your calves are constantly in this constricted, tight position, which is why they end up killing you. I would suggest you switch it up. Sometimes you're like this, sometimes you're doing the boxer shuffle, which changes it up. Sometimes you're doing high knees, which is you moving your legs, not really your calves. Change it up and watch the pain in your calves go away. Doing the basic jump over and over and over again can definitely make your calves sore. So work on learning other types of footwork when jumping rope to help mitigate that pain. When you switch from the basic jump to the boxer step to the shuffle, use different parts of your leg to jump, not only your calves. Now we're going to look at some footwork. This is the running step, and this movement requires you to alternate lifting your feet one at a time. A good place to start to learn this is to do the basic bounce and work on lifting one leg at a time. I'm doing 3 bounces, then 1 leg lift. 1, 2, 3, lift, 1, 2, 3, lift, 1, 2, 3, lift, alternating which leg I'm lifting. Once you feel good with this, shorten the number of bounces between the leg lifts. 1, 2, lift, 1, 2, lift, 1, 2, lift, until you can do the running step in its entirety. Please note, you're using your entire leg when doing this movement, driving up with your knees. Next is the boxer step. This is my go-to jump roping stance. It's the easiest on my legs and calves. It's kind of like my resting position, and it's a great one to learn. With this, you're really just learning how to shift your weight from one side to the other. So practice shifting your weight from right to left. Then move into jumping from side to side, continuing to switch your weight, but move in this rhythm. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Once you have that down, just close the distance between the side steps and pick up the pace. Another drill that might help you master the boxer step is using the ropes and keeping the weight to either your right or left side, lifting with that leg first and the other one closely following behind, still keeping that same rhythm. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Then you can work on alternating sides until you perfect it. And finally, we have the swing kick. This move builds on the running step that we did earlier, so make sure you have that down before trying this one. To start, do the running step, Then work up to hopping twice on each leg. Now, all you have to do is extend the leg that's already hanging in the air in a kicking motion. It might take some practice, but I'm sure you'll get it in no time. Really just focus on feeling comfortable with skipping rope, then slowly building up in the footwork that you know. So when I jump rope, I'll link both of these below, but I got this from Amazon and it's lasted me a while. It's a really great rope. And this is a cross rope, which I also use. And if you're trying to level up your jump rope game, I definitely recommend this. This is a weighted jump rope. Everything I can do with my rope, I can do with this cross rope. This is their lightest weighted cross rope. The heavier ones give you like a super intense workout and a full body burn, but you can't do the same kind of little jumps and tricks with it. And it's harder, of course, to get really good speed on the heavier ones. But on this one, I really like it. I can still get good speed. Weighted ropes are known to be really good for beginners, especially if you're still trying to learn the jump rope rhythm, especially if you're still learning coordination, because you can actually feel the rope moving through the air. I love that you can detach the handles and click them onto heavier ropes when you do want a different workout. So much fun. I love my cross rope, and one great thing is that it came already at a great size. I already showed you guys how the rope I'm currently using, I have to roll it up in my hands, and I've actually gotten calluses because of that. So if you're looking for a rope, cross rope is definitely a great option, but any PVC rope or beaded rope will work as well. I hope you guys found this video helpful. I had so many people ask me to make a tutorial. It's my first time putting together anything like this, but I had a lot of fun doing it. In all honesty, I've just been jumping rope since I was a little girl. I didn't even know that there was this whole world of, footwork names and drills. So it's been really fun kind of stumbling into this and learning, I guess, widely known terms for moves I was just already used to doing for fun. But I'm excited to continue perfecting my jump rope, to continue challenging myself, having fun with it. And I hope you guys are excited about that too. I'll definitely have more videos in this series. If you liked the video, throw it a like to let me know you liked it. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.